have a whole channel about keeping the weirdest pets. I'm still kind of scared of spiders. But eventually, the spider ended up crawling out of the container. All right, now that he's out of that container and on the land section, hopefully he now goes and walks in the water. Let me see if maybe I can move him over there. I don't want to. Oh. He's doing it. Yep, and just like that, the spider started to defy the laws of physics, kinda. I know it looks like the spider is just sort of floating on top of the water, but it actually has completely perfect control to be able to walk around on top, just like it was solid ground. Yeah, it's actually insane. But these spiders are able to do this because of their legs, which are covered with these super tiny water-repellent hairs that make them buoyant on top of the water. But these guys didn't just evolve to walk on the water for nothing. They did it so they could hunt where no other spider could. While most normal spiders just sit on a web all day waiting for the prey to come to them, these guys are active hunters and instead are able to pick up these slightest vibrations in the water to know exactly where the stuff is to attack it. So I want to see if this fishing spider will try and dive under the water for some crickets. This should be very interesting. I've heard crickets are these guys' super favorite food, if that makes sense. Yeah, they really like them though. Yeah, now I was going to try and take my time with this, but you see I accidentally dropped the cricket in, and right away the fishing spider went insane and pounced on it without wasting a single second, and the cricket was now just straight up. Yeah, now I was gonna try and take my time with this, but you see I accidentally dropped the cricket in, and right away the fishing spider went insane and pounced on it without wasting a single second, and the cricket was now just straight up in the fangs of this insane predator. But I didn't really get a good view of it attacking the cricket, so what I actually did was took the cricket from the spider so I could see if I could get the shot one more time, and this time the spider once again pounced onto the cricket as soon as it saw it. And obviously it's pretty creepy and you can see those legs moving. It's very scary actually. But you could see from under the water, the cricket had no chance of escape. And it was now getting eaten as the spider walked up onto the land to finish eating it there. All right. I'm super excited about the next question because it is, what is the most camouflaged spider species? And well guys, I think I found it. I got it. It's right in here. But before I could take it out of this container, I quickly built up its enclosure. And yep, literally all we need is just some sand, and that is it. These are one of the most resilient and simple spiders in the entire world, and let's open this. Now you may notice that I was being extremely ultra careful with opening this, and that's because this species is one of the most venomous creatures on the planet, like period, and if it bit me there'd be a high likelihood I wouldn't make it. But thankfully that didn't happen because the spider started to climb out of the paper towel and then onto the sand. Now these are called six-eyed sand spiders, and you may be wondering, bruh, Terra Green, how the heck is this thing camouflaged at all? Well, you see, these guys are able to camouflage by doing this. Once they find a good spot where the sand is nice and loose, they start to kick sand on top of themselves and bury themselves under it to hide here for basically 99% of its life. Now, it may not technically be camouflage, but this ability does an amazing job at hiding it. And I mean, even its legs just look like tiny little sticks poking out the sand. This does not look like a spider. Unlike other predators that use their camouflage abilities to hunt,
Alright, we're gonna be hablando some Espanol today. Let's go Duolingo. Alright, que como está, señor, right? That should be...
Yes. Spiders are no different, and as soon as they detect motion, they will jump out of the floor. So let's feed this thing a cricket. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, you would have no idea that is literally one of the most venomous things in the world. Anyways, I went and dropped the cricket inside, and immediately he got to running around the enclosure. But little did he know, right under his feet was his doom. Well, kinda, because I thought right away the spider was gonna pop out, but the cricket actually was just straight up walking on top of the spider, and the spider just didn't care. But I think it's because this cricket was a little bit big for the spider, so a little bit later I came back with a smaller cricket, as you can see. And well, as you can also see, this time the spider did not waste a single second to pounce onto this cricket. Nah, look at this instant replay. Imagine if that was my finger. And well, I guess this spider is gonna enjoy his very tasty meal now. Nice. All right, now it's time for question number 4, which is, what spider is the most like Spider-Man? Yeah, might sound funny, but the answer is definitely the thing in this container. Because you know how Spider-Man can shoot long-ranged webs out of his wrists? Well, this spider species can also shoot long-ranged webs, and it's pretty crazy. These are called long-legged spitting spiders. And as you can see, they look pretty weird because they have a massive head. You see, most spiders have their silk glands, which are the things that make silk, in their abdomen, and that's why that area is so big. But these guys got their silk glands in their head because they need to be able to shoot webs out of their mouth. But in order for them to be able to do that, they gotta go and set up a little area in their tank. So I put my spider in the tank and he started to walk around, climbed up some sticks and stuff. And when I came back a little bit later, there was a little web made at the top of the enclosure. This means he was now settled in and he is ready to attack some prey. All right, now that the spider went and made a web somewhere at the top of the enclosure, I'm gonna put in some crickets like always. And I know it's kind of a lot, but hopefully one of these guys gets shot by some webs. Let's go. So I put them in, and while most of the crickets were kind of just walking around the grassy floor area, this one cricket started to climb up this stick that led directly to where the spitting spider was. The cricket then crawled right next to the spider, waking him up, which probably angered the spider, causing the spider to shoot his web directly onto the cricket, completely gluing him to the wall, making sure the cricket would never be able to move again. You see, not only does this web shot completely immobilize the prey, just like Spider-Man can do, but also because the web shots come from the head, it's infused with the spider's venom, meaning the web that's covering this cricket's body is seeping venom into it, which makes it even easier for the spider to consume it. And as you can see, that's exactly what the spider did. Very nice. Now the next question is, what is the cutest spider in the world? And yes, there is a good reason I'm testing this. You'll see what I mean. But anyways, I got the cutest spider right in here. They're called jumping spiders, and I mean, just look at them. While every other spider is evil and just straight up nasty looking, these guys are super fluffy, and they got all these little cute eyes, arms, and everything about